Emerging Makeup Artist of the Year? Are you kidding me? That's insane.
It is
Congrats.
insane. Thank you.
How
Yeah.
are you feeling?
Well, to be honest, when I was nominated, I was very confused. I was like, I know that like people enjoy watching me, but I didn't realize the impact I had.
Hey guys, it's Brittany Broski, and I'm so excited to be hosting the official TikTok For You podcast. We're going to be hearing all about our guests' creative backgrounds, where they come from, their bathroom habits, and it's all here on the TikTok official For You podcast. Don't forget to subscribe so you're notified every time we drop a new episode. Today, our guest is Mikayla Nogueira. She is an up-and-coming makeup artist who's won an award, by the way, Emerging Makeup Artist of the Year. She is just a delight to talk to. Very authentic, very much herself, very transparent, and very opinionated. And we really love that about her. She is one of the most popular makeup artists on TikTok, and I had the absolute pleasure of sitting down with her and talking to her about her story and her come up. This is that conversation, and this is also ASMR. Hey, Miss Girl. Hey, Mikayla.
What's poppin', Brittany?
What's poppin' by Jack Harlow. I am so excited to talk to you today.
I'm excited to be here. I'm a big fan of you, so this is awesome.
Well, I'm a big fan of yours. You changed all of our lives with some of your makeup hacks that you've posted online. We're forever indebted.
Thank you.
Well, let's start out. Let's give us the rundown. Who are you? Where are you from? How old are you? That sort of thing.
Sure. So my name is Mikayla Nogueira. I am from South Coast, Massachusetts, which is like New Bedford area. So it's near the water, right near the ocean.
Love
and yup. And what's the other part of the question?
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 22. Gonna be 23 in June.
I'm 23. It's disgusting. Hate getting old.
I know. I feel like I'm getting old.
Well, when did you first download? What brought you to TikTok?
So my TikTok story is pretty weird. So COVID hit the US March of 2020, and my mom is a school counselor at an elementary school, and teachers all over the country were looking for ways to connect with their students because they were no longer in the classroom. They were just virtual. And I knew at the time that TikTok was kind of really big. And I suggested to her, maybe you could try making TikToks for the students so you can interact with them that way. And she thought it was a great idea, but she had no clue how to use TikTok. So she asked me if I could sort of be the filmographer and kind of do the TikToks for her.
The account manager.
Exactly. So I said, sure. And we started making TikToks with my mom in it. Okay. And I noticed that the videos were getting tons of views, even though we didn't have any followers, that we were just using the app for educational purposes for the students. And that's when I noticed the TikTok algorithm was so different from any other social media platform. And I thought that was so cool. Yeah.
What was the content of the videos initially?
So I am from a very farm area. We're surrounded by cows and all kinds of animals. So a bunch of the videos was her just showing our farm animals and sort of life on the farm type of thing.
Life on the prairie in Massachusetts.
Yup. So I started watching actual TikToks on the For You page. And at the time, there was this big trend. It was called like the catfish challenge. That was the hashtag.
Sure.
And it was people showing their before and their after of makeup. And I was a makeup artist. I didn't have any following on social media whatsoever. And I decided I'd give it a shot. And that first video I put out just like instantly went viral. And I was like, what is this app? This app is so cool.
So this catfish video, for those listening who aren't watching or who aren't really familiar with the challenge, it's a before and after sort of thing. We've seen this plenty of times on the internet before of, look at me, I'm so me. And then you put on, whatever, and it's the transformation.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those sort of challenges, obviously both as like a beauty guru and just as like a woman online, you know, like, do you think that culture is kind of harmful, or do you really enjoy participating in it?
I mean, for me, I've always just seen makeup as art, right? So it's like
Absolutely.
painting a canvas, and I love it. When you go to Michael's, you buy a blank white canvas. There's nothing on
Sure.
it. And once you're done, it's like this awesome finished masterpiece that you've
Mhm.
created. And that's how I've always viewed makeup. I've never really viewed makeup as like a way to get attention from men or like
Sure.
anything like that.
I love that. That's not the usual way of thinking. I would
You think
go
so?
as
You
far
think
as to
more?
say. Yeah, it sounds like it's more of an artistic expression for
It
you.
is, yeah, it is. But when I first put out that video and I was looking at all the comments, because I wasn't used to any sort of internet
Yeah, yeah.
viralness, so like I'm reading thousands and thousands of comments that are like mean, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this is
Welcome to
ruthless.
the internet.
Yeah, I was like, this is a rude awakening, but I've gotten
Yeah.
totally used to it now. It's like whatever now, but
So how
yeah.
fast was that growth for you? You said March 2020, and did your username change? Because you said you started it out as your mom's kind of co-account, and then when did it transition to you?
So I'm pretty sure when I made the account, I called it Mikayla Nogueira.
Okay.
I don't know why.
You
I
owned it
just
from the beginning.
yeah. So it was. I'm pretty positive it was called Mikayla Nogueira, and it got to a point where like because schools were struggling in the beginning to figure out how to teach virtually because it
Yeah,
happened so fast. But
absolutely.
over time, it got easier. So she didn't need the TikTok anymore. So I just kind of took it over. I deleted all the videos of her because they didn't need them anymore. So,
Yeah.
and then I just started pumping out content, and it was overnight for me. It like literally happened immediately. It was like a never going back situation.
Do you remember where you were when you were like, "Oh God, why does this have a million views?" Do you remember where you
Right.
were?
I was so I posted my video. I was just in my bedroom in school. I was in class.
Yeah.
And so I
Were you
didn't
in
have my
college?
phone on me. I was, yeah. I
Okay.
finished.
Congrats!
Thank you. So, I opened up my phone and I'm pretty sure I looked at it and it had like over 200,000 views pretty
Wow.
quickly.
Overnight.
And yeah, well, not even overnight because I posted the video, I went to class, and then I looked
Oh
at
my
the video.
God. It's a few hours.
Yeah, it was
Good grief.
fast. Yeah, and then I posted a second one the next day to see what would happen again. Like, was this a fluke?
Yeah.
And then that's when everything really started for me because I had severe adult hormonal acne that I was clearly very good at covering, and people wanted to know, how are you doing this?
Yeah, can we talk
So-
about this video? This video might have changed my life and everyone else's lives that they've ever seen. Mikayla posted a video of a concealer hack that is, well, I'll let you explain it, but essentially it's, you know, for that really rough texture that a lot of people with acne, I used to have cystic acne on my face, struggle with. And,
Right.
you know, instead of going for these really high pigment, thick, cakey foundations, she came up with a hack. So if you want to explain it, I'll let you.
Yeah, so essentially while I was getting worse and worse acne, I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. I need to figure out something to cover this up, solve this problem. So I bought the NAS Pot Concealer, which is like, I use it religiously, and I started putting it because I had cystic acne. It was, you know, very bumpy, very clearly textured and painful, big red.
Yeah.
So I started just putting the concealer on top of it. And one day, what actually happened was I forgot to blend it out. And I just left it sit in there and I let it dry. And I was like, oh no. So then I like went to put my foundation on top of it. And I noticed that it looked like I had no acne at all. And I was like, what? I was like, did I just like invent something here? So then I started doing it every single day. And I was like, wow. And then I sort of evolved it. And that's when like, cause it's a 3-step system that you follow to have it perfect. So like, you start with a really sticky serum. It has to be really sticky, very thin, and hydrating, because hydrating the skin, helps with that texture a little bit. And then
So
you
it's not
let that
flaky
sit.
and disgusting,
Exactly.
like usually trying to take makeup over acne is.
Yeah. And then once you let that sticky serum kind of dry, settle into the skin a little bit, you go in with a grip-in primer, which those are kind of new to the beauty industry. They haven't been around that long, but Milk Hydro Grip was like one of the revolutionary ones that like everybody knows. So that's the one I happen to use because I really like that one. And it's a grip-in primer, so whatever you put on top of it is going to grip to the skin and look, airbrushed kind of. And then you let that sit and settle into the skin. You always want to let products warm up to the face. And then is when you go in with that concealer on top, because the stickiness helps the concealer stick, helps it dry down. And it has to be a pot concealer. You can use a liquid concealer. It's not going to be as beneficial as
the consistency is so different.
It is very different. So I really
You're like doing science experiments in your room. You're like, it's gripping, but it's not, and you got to layer this. Well, how did this passion for makeup, where does it come from?
Yeah, so I started doing makeup when I was 10. Just wee little girl.
Just Claire's glitter just smeared on your eyelids.
So, do you know what Avon is?
Of course.
So my mom had a friend who was selling Avon, and I was 10. She said,
for those listening, could we explain Avon? Avon's like a Mary Kay almost, right? It's like,
yeah, you buy the makeup from consultants who sell the makeup and they get a commission. So like my mom had a friend selling it, and my mom was like, do you want to try some Avon makeup so we can support my friend? And I said, sure. So the first makeup I ever had, and I still remember this, was a little Avon 4-pan quad. It was purple shadows. And I also had another one 4-pan quad of blue.
Okay.
And that was the first makeup I ever owned. So the first thing I started doing when I started wearing makeup was eyeshadow.
Yup.
Second brand I started using was Victoria's Secret. They don't make makeup anymore, but they used to be really popular.
When did they make makeup?
Yep, my whole collection was Victoria's Secret makeup.
Period. Wait, what was it good?
It was really, I mean, I was only like 11 at the time, but it was pretty good.
Work.
To be honest, when I started doing makeup, I was not good at it.
Well, you were simply 10 years old. I don't know where the pressure comes from.
I honestly didn't get good until like the last 3 years. It takes, a lot of people are naturally born talented like that. I don't think I'm one of those people, but it took me years to like learn how to do stuff.
Well, kind of moving into the future, you stand out from a lot of other, beauty gurus that we see. These mega beauty gurus are just to a certain extent unrelatable from their humble beginnings to where they are now. And I think, you stand apart from that whole kind of culture because you're very honest and open and raw about your opinions and your feelings, and you're not sponsored by any one brand to say something, whatever. So do you get a lot of support online for that, right?
Yeah. I've always been a very blunt, and it's the hole in me. Like
hole.
Yeah.
I love that.
People who live in Massachusetts, and I guess I can't speak for everyone, but a lot will agree. People who live in Massachusetts are just pure assholes.
Sure.
But it's like a character trait that we capitalize on. I don't know. But it's true. It's very true. Like, so I was totally okay with saying I don't like a product, right?
Sure.
And a lot of people are like, what happens when you say publicly to millions of people that you don't like a product or you don't like a brand? What happens? Like, people want to know, like, do they take you off the PR list? Do they like blacklist you? Like, what happens? And I'm like, every single video I've made where I said I did not like a product, the brand will personally reach out to me, ask me like what I didn't like about the product, apologize for having a poor experience with the product, and then they'll say, can we send you a PR package? Like, because brands want to have a good relationship with you.
Well, that, and they want you to make a follow-up video saying, hey guys, just kidding. That's what they want.
Yeah, right. They want to form some sort of connection with you so
Sure.
that you show support for them. And that's happened to me a bunch.
Wow. Well, as a makeup lover, I'm sure you're like, hey, thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. So like things have definitely like come out of those experiences for sure.
Well, that's great. There's a lot of I kind of wanted to talk to you about this of I'm from Texas. So, you're talking about holes. There's a culture in the South of, I grew up thinking that when you leave the house, you need to have a full face of makeup on. You need to be presentable. If it's a small town, people know who you are. You're so and so's daughter and so's granddaughter, and this, that, and the other. So you need to be presentable to a certain extent. Is that sort of culture a thing where you are? Of, like you're expected to look a certain way, or is that just the Bible Belt?
To be honest with you, I never knew that about the South. That's crazy.
Okay, well that answers my question.
No, in high school I was the only person who wore makeup. In college, I
Wow.
was like the only person that wore makeup. Oh, I stand out. I stand out in a crowd.
That's crazy. Well, but you love a colorful look. But
Oh
beyond
yeah.
that, just like so, in high school and stuff, people weren't wearing like a little bit of concealer and foundation and mascara. Like that wasn't a thing?
Not really. Makeup
Wow.
was not a thing. Like no.
Interesting.
I was the only person going to school with, the crazy eye makeup or eye
Sure.
makeup in general. I was like the only one.
That's crazy to think about. Yeah, I like growing up, it was you're really gonna leave the house without put something on. And it's like, well,
Really?
and I talk to other people, I'm like, y'all didn't have that experience. I think
No.
it's a part of Southern culture of just it goes back to like the 50s and 60s and 70s of like there's a certain image, to uphold in small towns. Is would you
Yeah.
consider yourself being from a small town? Was it weird going viral? Did you have people recognizing you on the streets and things like that?
Oh, I'm from a super small town, like very tiny.
Okay.
My high school class was around like 185,
Oh wow.
which which is pretty small. Every single person at the high
Sure.
school.
Sure.
Going viral, being from a small town was crazy to say the least.
Yeah.
I'm from the town where like no one leaves the town.
Oh, you are born, raised, and die in this town.
Yeah.
Got it. I know it well.
Yeah. So like when someone actually like gets out of the area I'm from and like actually does something big, it's like a big deal. It's like a
Sure.
really big deal. Like people love that I put where I'm from like on the map.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, so have you gotten recognized
Oh,
outside of your hometown?
I get recognized everywhere.
I
Everywhere.
love that.
You must get recognized so much too.
Well,
But
mine's different because mine was like a meme. Like people be like, "Oh, college girl," but now it's like, "Oh my God, it's Brittany Bursky." But it's so different from the way that we both started. Of
right.
the way that the internet can just take whatever you put out and just run with it. It's terrifying. Have there been any scares for you of like, privacy or like, are people weird? Do you have any stories?
Yeah, so like that. So for instance, I saw a video on people were messaging me the video. It was a video that said, "I'm so happy I found someone who had Mikayla's high school yearbook and I bought it." So they
Ew!
had
What? They
so
bought?
somebody bought my high school yearbook so they could have like the senior page where there's pictures of me.
Oh, like for what? Y'all did that for what? To be creepy.
I don't know, but let me tell you, when I have never blocked somebody so fast.
You did all that just for me to block you. Congrats.
I'm
Wow.
sorry, but that's like scary to me.
That's
Kind of.
very terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well,
And so like recently, I
yeah.
don't know if you've seen any of my recent videos, but I'm talking about dating, like my
Uh-huh.
dating life. And people are trying so hard to figure out who the guy is. Like people will go to lengths to figure it out.
Oh my God, they're being little sleuths. They're like 10 years deep in your mom's Facebook, like looking for names.
Yeah, that's why I don't show like any of my friends or family or anybody on TikTok because I want to protect them.
That's smart. Yeah, people don't think about that, because it's so, when you start out online, it's so innocent. You're just posting your life. You're posting your passions, what you're good at, what you enjoy. And then once you reach this status of like public figure or someone with a following, or you've shown your family once, it's like those people start to get a following too. Whether you want them to or not, your friends and your family, your animals. I follow so many people on TikTok just for their animals. It's like, huh? It's a weird thing, but it's cool, of that level of fame, I think has never been seen before. Would you agree?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, like this, sorry, I'm like ranting. This idea of an internet celebrity. I think TikTok has really elevated that,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Before that, I mean, the thought of just walking down the street and someone being like, Mikayla, I love your videos. Huh? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. And it's interesting how people so I was at Denny's the other day. I don't know if you know what that is.
As you should. Of course, I know what Grand Slam. Very delicious.
I ordered the waffle Grand Slam, but anyway, like my waitress was like, I just want you to know the manager loves you, but she's too afraid to come talk to you. So like that happens a lot where like they're like too shy. Like I'm so normal. Like just come talk to me. Like it's okay. But yeah. So like
how fun is that though?
Yeah, and then she asked for my autograph. I signed the little piece of paper. It's so cute.
Did you get a free Grand Slam?
She like discounted our meal a lot.
All right, I'll take that. I guess that works too.
Yeah. Well, and I made sure to tip well.
Good. You mentioned earlier, just kind of being from Massachusetts, just like having an accent and how that was a big part in people they had a reaction to that when you spoke for the first time. Can you talk about that a little bit if you want to?
Yeah. So like my voice has always been a thing, which is fine. Exactly. So like I went to school for period with primary focus on radio. And
me too. Are you
really?
I was a strategic comm major. Period,
no way.
Hey, twin.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I was going to go into like radio or broadcasting or news or something like that. So over the years, I like created this voice that I like would use on radio when I was at my internship or everybody has like a customer service voice, right?
Absolutely. So
when I started making my TikToks, I would just use like my radio voice because it was professional and like it was my first time putting myself on a camera like to tons of people. So I was wicked nervous because my voice has been like this topic of discussion my entire life. And I didn't know how people would react. Let's just say that. Sure. So like,
what was a sample of the radio voice? Could you give it to us?
Oh my God.
If you were starting out to make up TikTok, what's your customer service voice?
Well, my viral TikTok that had like 15 million views, I was like, do you have a face full of acne and you just can't seem to cover it up? Like I was talking so fake.
Midwest. Talking so fake. I love it.
So when I actually, the first video I made, I believe, like just not caring about my voice was had a contour video. And the comments were like, what is this?
You're joking.
They were like, what is this? Like this accent? Where are you from? Like, cause I hadn't said where I was from. So people were so confused, especially if you're from the South or if you're from the UK or somewhere that's not Massachusetts, you're going to be probably confused.
Sure. Like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. In the beginning, people could not figure it out. I got Jersey. I got New York. I got like Louisiana. I'm like, really?
People don't know.
I got a lot of Australia because I guess
you're joking.
Some things I say sound Australian, which is cool.
Dang.
Yeah, so it got to a point where I was like, all right, forget about it. I'm putting I'm gonna put that I am from Massachusetts in my bio.
Loud and proud and bold.
Yeah. So then people just can read my bio and figure out the answer instead of like freaking out in the comments.
Sure. Well,
But
I
yeah.
love it. I mean, just kind of that power of TikTok to just show you. I mean, if people are thinking you're Australian because they've never heard a Massachusetts accent, that's hilarious. I mean,
Yeah,
and it's a learning thing too of like there's so many different corners of the world and TikTok kind of opens your eyes to that.
it does.
Have you had to deal with any kind of negative backlash for anything you've done at all or just simply existing? Internet does that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be something, right?
Sure.
Like it's so difficult to just be perfect all the time, like, and I can't. I
Well,
don't
who
want to be
can?
right.
Nobody.
Like, so there's been a few times where things have gone south. I'm trying to remember some of them. Like sometimes I will be very sassy in a comment reply because it's like my
I love it.
personality. I don't mean to be, and like I'm really not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but it happens, people, and it's the internet. So like when you're reading comments, what's the tone of voice? Like, how is she saying this?
Sure.
So,
Well, and it's
and
also
other
like if
things,
people
yeah.
are in your comment section, saying negative stuff, it's like you have, as a creator, you can defend yourself.
Yeah. I've been through it all. Like, she got lip filler and she's lying about it. No.
Oh, come on, girl.
Everybody apparently gets lip filler and lies about it. So
That's the new trend.
yeah.
Um, what just, from being on an app like TikTok, what do you love most about the experience?
I mean, there's honestly so much that I love. I love TikTok. I really do. Like I hold it close to my hat. Like
Yep.
there's so much good that has come into my life from TikTok. For me, like I have a really strong connection, I guess, with my followers. So I'm
Love that.
very interactive in the comments just because I get asked a lot of questions about makeup.
Mhm.
And I like to answer those.
And it's people who
Oh,
share your passion too. Very, very
yeah.
that'll connect you real quick.
Yeah. My comment section is 99%. I'd say 99.9% very supportive.
Oh,
Excited, enjoying the video. Like, so it's a really, like, my profile, I feel like, is a place people love to go to just have a good time and talk about makeup. And that's
absolutely.
big for me. Yeah. So that connection that I have, like, with my followers is so cool. I feel like I have a really active fan base and I love that so much. I love actually kind of seeing the lives of the people who support me.
Yeah.
I love the Creative Fund. I think that is an awesome.
Love money.
I love. I think the Creative Fund really does like inspire you to like put out your best work or put out your best content.
That was gonna be my next question is kind of I mean, besides obviously like money, what
Right.
inspires like a look or a video? Is it just when it pops in your head? Also, how long does it take to film a makeup look?
So I did a video 2 days ago. It was a bright pink, brown look. That video took me 4 hours to film.
4 hours of your day?
Yeah.
Worth it. I bet you look
And
good.
I try to do like 3 videos a day. I go for 3. It doesn't always happen, but that's what I go for. So it's like several hours per video. So like I spend my whole day making TikToks.
Wow. But you love it.
Oh, I love it. I love it because what I've always wanted to teach makeup. So like, like you can teach makeup classes to a group of 10, but I'm teaching makeup classes to a group of nearly 4 million people. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
This is the master class.
It is the machine.
Do you I mean when you spend 4 hours filming, do you test these looks beforehand or is this like you're doing it for the first time and you're just filming every step of the way?
Oh, yeah, not at all. I don't test anything. I literally, so every single night I open up a Google Doc and I type out every single video idea I can think of. And even the craziest ideas, the most boring ideas, whatever, I'll type it out. And then from there, I narrow it down. I pick what I think I want to do. And then I also get inspiration from my beauty room. I have over 1,000 eyeshadow palettes. I'll stare at them.
Hold on, rewind. 1,000?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
And the funny thing is, before I started TikTok, I had like 100. So,
well, I bet some of that's PR, but a lot of it is just, oh, you're like me. I love if the packaging is there, it's mine. I'm buying it. Packaging is everything.
I love packaging.
Yeah.
I don't care what's inside. If the outside's pretty, I'm taking it.
How is it eyeshadow about? Okay, so how much of these looks comes from, do you take requests from your comment section, or is it just you on that Google Doc? Just
so like my head is like constantly wanting to explode because like I'm a workaholic, like wicked bad. Sure. I'm like extremely motivated. I push myself. I'm like go. So like
hell.
I'll wake up in the morning and I'll go into my beauty room and I'm just like bang, video. Like I'm just like pushing them out because I have so many ideas and like I want to do all of them at once, but I got to slow it down a bit. But yeah. I try to switch up my content. So if a really cool product comes out, I'm going to do a review on it.
Sure.
If I'm getting a bunch of comments saying, can you do a natural glowy look? I'm going to do that. If I see a makeup artist do a really cool look and I want to recreate it and, you know, show off like a small makeup artist on my page, I'll do that. So my content is so like diverse in what I do. I try to really switch it up to keep everyone engaged and hit different audiences and what they like to watch.
Do you, or let's talk about this. Emerging Makeup Artist of the Year? Are you kidding me? That's insane. Congrats.
It is insane. Thank you. Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Well, to be honest, when I was nominated, I was very confused. I was like, I know that like people enjoy watching me, but I didn't realize the impact I had, I guess. To know that a bunch of people nominated me to be put up for that award, I was like, what? So it took forever to wrap my head around. And the night that I won, this is so funny, but because we were just saying, I have a Denny's addiction, so like I had a friend over, just one friend, because obviously COVID is here, and like they couldn't have the show in person like they normally do with the red carpet and the big dress and the makeup. So it was just virtual. So like I just had my best friend over and we ordered Denny's. And
as you should.
Yeah, and we just watched it and I was so nervous. And when when Makeup by Mario, who was the announcer for my category, said my name, I was like maybe you saw the reaction video I posted on TikTok of the actual reaction I had, which was insanely wholesome and genuine and sweet. And I have the trophy like sitting in my beauty room, and it's definitely like
one of many to come.
It's this reminder. Like I'll walk in there, I'll see it, and I say, like, this is why you're doing this. Like you have an impact. You have this insane privilege to be doing what you're doing. Absolutely. Keep going, you know.
Oh, I love you. I'm gonna start crying. Because I feel, and every creator pretty much that I've talked to feels the same, of like, this would not have been a viable thing that any of us would have pursued, you know, because we all have these hidden passions and these hidden talents and these hidden, you know, when we're actually faced with pumping out creative content, it's amazing what we can accomplish when that's now our main focus versus just like a side hustle or a side hobby. So I love hearing that of people like you, or, you know, just where you would have been doing something else and you never would have been able to explore this talent or this passion to the extent that you are. So for that, I say congrats.
Thank you. I don't think people realize the week that I went viral, I had received a full-time job offer for like a large corporation in their human resources department. So
Wow.
yeah.
Did you turn it
So COVID hit and they took back the offer. But that to
come
me was a sign.
Yeah.
It was a sign.
Maybe
Like there were
that
so many signs.
wouldn't have been absolutely.
Yeah. I was in
All right.
I was getting my master's degree canceled because of COVID.
You're
So that was
joking.
another sign. There were so many signs.
Oh my god. Ew, I'm gonna get chills. So you are right where you're supposed to be. It's very
I
evident.
think so.
The universe is screaming at you.
Yeah.
Well, can you tell us before we wrap up really quick? I want to know about your favorite creators and rabbit
Oh,
holes that you find yourself in on TikTok. Where what side of TikTok are you on, other than obviously like beauty? What do you enjoy?
yeah. Believe it or not, I am not on beauty TikTok at all.
I believe that. I believe that. I'm
Literally,
not on comedy TikTok. I'm on like art history TikTok and like French TikTok question mark. That's a new one. No idea.
Yeah, so mine is mainly comedy. I
Sure.
love comedy. I love to laugh and like just have that like mindless moment where I'm laying in my bed watching things that are funny.
Absolutely.
So my FYP is heavily comedy. But yeah, I don't follow a lot of people. I follow you. I have followed you since I made TikTok.
Oh my god.
Because you are hilarious. You make me laugh so hard.
Thank you, babe. Yeah.
But I don't know if you know like Ian and Chris, I think are their names. Like I'm not good at names.
Yeah, Chris Olsen.
Chris Olsen, yeah. I think, yep, I follow them. I love them. They're really cute. I also my FYP is very like couples and like relationships.
Okay.
I'm like a hopeless romantic, so like I love that stuff.
Lots of proposal videos.
Yeah.
Military homecomings. Well, Mikayla, is there anything in your life that's exciting that you'd like to promote? What's going on with you?
Sure. I mean, I'm literally being in a TV show like right now. They're like here filming it. They're on their lunch break.
Well,
and people are asking for the collabs, and I promise they're coming.
Oh yeah, well that's a big thing too of COVID, like COVID collabs. It's like there's so many
things.
I
mean like makeup.
Oh, you mean like partnering with a brand? Oh, work.
Like where people are like, where's the makeup? I promise 2021 is gonna be awesome. Just trust me.
All right, we'll hold you to it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Where can we follow you? What are all your handles?
So Mikayla Nogueira on TikTok.
Got it. Well, thank you so much, Mikayla.
Thank you for having me.